Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit Lions fans. Let's get to the news now. Lions fans, buckle up because there's a lot to unpack here. Rumors are swirling around the NFC North, and one of the most talked about topics lately is the potential trade of Roquan Smith from the Chicago Bears to our beloved Detroit Lions. And let me tell you, if this move happens, and it looks increasingly likely, it could be a game changer not just for this season but for years to come. So what's all the fuss about? Well, Diana Rossini, a reputable NFL insider, recently dropped some bombshells suggesting that the Bears are considering trading Roquan Smith, and the Lions are very much in the mix. The Bears, sitting at 3-4, are having a bit of a rough patch defensively, ranking 23rd in the league by allowing 24. 2 points per game. Their defense isn't quite the fortress it used to be, and with Roquan Smith, a Pro Bowl linebacker, they're facing some tough decisions. Chicago has a cap space of around $20 million, which gives them some flexibility, but they're also in a rebuild mode, especially with Caleb Williams' uncertain development and their focus on fixing an underperforming offensive line. The Bears are reportedly looking at acquiring a second-round pick in the 2026 draft, conditional from Detroit if the trade goes through. And that's a significant offer, considering how highly rated Smith is. The reason? Well, Smith has been one of the most consistent and elite linebackers in the league over the past few years. Drafted 8th overall in 2018, he's been a cornerstone for Chicago's defense, earning Pro Bowl honors from 2022 through 2024. In his career, he's accumulated over 300 tackles, 32 sacks, and a remarkable 93.4 PFF coverage grade. That kind of production is rare for a linebacker, especially one who is so versatile in both run support and pass coverage. In 2025, Smith has continued his dominance, tallying 92 tackles, 5 sacks, and 20 tackles for loss. His EPA per tackle is 23, which puts him among the top linebackers in the league. His leadership qualities are off the charts, with comparisons to guys like Bobby Wagner, as he's been responsible for 14 turnovers in recent seasons. And just last year, he played 95% of the snaps, with a PFF grade of 94.2, showing he's healthy, durable, and consistent. For Lions fans, the idea of adding a player like Smith is tantalizing because it would immediately elevate our front seven, especially in a division that's becoming increasingly competitive. Why would the Bears trade him? Well, Chicago has a few reasons. They're trying to free up cap space to extend players like Darnell Mooney, and they're also trying to bolster their run defense, which currently ranks 25th, allowing 136 yards per game. Their run defense has been a sore spot, and with a leaky offensive line ranking 22nd, allowing nearly 3 sacks per game, the Bears are looking for a rebuild, a reset to get back to competitive form in the coming seasons. Eberflus, their head coach, is under pressure to turn things around, and some insiders believe they might be willing to part ways with Smith if the right offer comes along, especially as his contract is set to expire after 2024. Now, shifting focus to the Lions, this potential trade could be a massive boost. Detroit is currently sitting at 5-2, and while our defense has been solid, there's room for growth. Our linebacking core, led by Anzalone and Barnes, has been decent, but integrating a player of Roquan Smith's caliber could push our defense into a whole new stratosphere. Smith, a Pro Bowler from 2022 to 2024, would slot right in as a leader and a playmaker. His ability to tackle, to cover, and to make game-changing plays is exactly what we need to take that next step towards Super Bowl contention. Imagine a front seven with Smith, Anzalone, and Barnes all working together. Our run defense would become tougher, especially against division rivals like the Vikings, who currently average 148 yards per game on the ground. A linebacker like Smith, with his elite coverage skills, top 1 in PFF coverage grades, would help us drastically in pass defense, reducing the explosive plays that have occasionally hurt us this season. Plus, his leadership and experience could help elevate the entire defense, making us more disciplined, more aggressive, and more unpredictable. And it's not just about the immediate impact. Smith's presence could help us develop a more balanced and dominant defense that can carry us through the playoffs. His knack for forcing turnovers, averaging more than 1 per game, could be the X factor that tilts games in our favor, especially in close contests. And with our defense already showing signs of improvement, adding a player like Smith would be like pouring gasoline on a fire. It could push our data win probability up by double digits, making us even more confident as we head into the postseason. Now, of course, there are skeptics. Some say that trading a young, elite linebacker like Smith might not be worth it, especially given the draft capital involved. But the Lions are known for making bold moves when it counts. We've seen how our front office isn't afraid to invest in talent, and if this trade can push us closer to Super Bowl glory, it might be a no-brainer. The odds have shifted significantly, with the betting lines moving from +6, 0 to +2, 800 for the Lions to win the Super Bowl this season. That's a huge jump, and much of that confidence stems from the belief that adding Roquan Smith could be the final piece to our championship puzzle. But beyond the stats and the odds, what really makes this potential move exciting is how it transforms the defense into a true powerhouse. Smith's ability to stop the run, to cover tight ends and running backs, and to make game-changing plays could turn the Lions into an elite defensive unit, similar to what we see with Fred Warner and the 49ers in 2024. That kind of elite defense is often what separates good teams from great ones, especially when it comes to playoff football. This move could also have ripple effects across the division. The Packers and Vikings are both trying to build their rosters, but if the Lions manage to acquire Smith, it would send a clear message that we're all in, that we're aiming for nothing less than a Super Bowl. Our division would be even more competitive, and that's exactly what every fan wants: more rivalries, more excitement, more high-stakes football. The NFC North is already a tough division, but with Smith in the fold, our defense could be the envy of the league. Now, I know some of you are wondering about the timing. The NFL trade deadline is approaching fast, November 4th, and teams are feeling the pressure to make moves that could define their season. The Bears, with their focus on rebuilding and cap flexibility, might see this as the right moment to move Smith and start fresh. For the Lions, jumping in at this stage could give us a significant advantage, especially if it means we can secure a player of Smith's caliber without giving up too much in return. And let's not forget about the intangibles: leadership, intensity, and experience. Roquan Smith is only 27, still in his prime, and brings a level of professionalism that can elevate everyone around him. His work ethic, his football IQ, and his desire to compete at the highest level make him an ideal fit for a team chasing a Super Bowl. If Detroit can pull off this trade, it would send a loud message to the rest of the league. We're not just contenders, we're serious about winning it all. In conclusion, folks, this potential move isn't just a rumor. It's a real possibility that could reshape the NFC North and the entire landscape of the NFL this season. Roquan Smith has the talent, the leadership, and the drive to make a difference. And if he joins the Lions, I truly believe we'll see a team that's even more dangerous, more complete, and more prepared to go all the way. So stay tuned, because the next few weeks are going to be crucial. The Lions are always looking to improve, and this move could be the one that takes us from a good team to a championship-winning team. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Lions. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news. This is just the beginning of what could be an incredible chapter in Lions history, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Thanks for watching, and as always, let's go Lions.